Greetings. Quick check-in, hopefully quick check-in with The Last Argument of Kings by Joe Abercrombie, the final book in the First Law series. We are continuing on with chapter 40 all the way to chapter 47. Um, Pharaoh was following Baylor, Byler, into the cat the something of the maker, the tower of the maker, where he and Wayun, the guy who kind of rescued Pharaoh, they go in there, and Pharaoh gets the seed. The seed turned out to be in here all the time. The seed being a rock, which is basically a little bit of something from the other side of darkness, of something that basically it's like super radioactive. Like if anyone regular even is like stands close to it, they die pretty quickly. Pharaoh gets it. She jumps up only the way that she can, climbs through kind of whirling kind of metal things, pops kind of just this magical bubble, and there's the seed. At which point, there was one other person with them. That was the apprentice. The apprentice who has never been particularly the apprentice since having some kind of weird encounter. And yes, he was killed by not a Death Eater, but what turned out to be the Maker's daughter. She did live. She, Baylor, buried her, and the Dark Forces came to her and made a deal, and whatever human part of her died, and she lived, and she ate, she killed the apprentice, and has been with them all the way to the end of the world and all the way back here until finally, here's the seed. And there is battle ensues. Baylor and Pharaoh get out. Baylor locks the door and locks Quayun and the daughter in together in the thing. Whether he's dead or not, probably wasn't dead at that point, but by now probably is. And it's just like, nope, she's got to be locked in there to the end of time, as far as Baylor is concerned. And it's the kind of place where if you lock it like that, you are locked in there to the end of time, which is like, holy shit. So, but he's got the seed. Let's just follow along his thing. He prepares a great trap for the hundred words, all the Death Eaters that the Prophet Kalun has sent to kill to get Baylor. They put these metal circles down. They're iron salt metal. Um, 11 circles, and then 11 circles to negate the 11 circles, or something like that. Basically, they all come in with the Gurkish, freakishly, gigantically powerful, saying like, your power is faded and the magic is going out of the world. We're gonna kill you. And Baylor's like, no, you're not. And he vaporizes all of them, at least all of the ones there. There were a couple that apparently got sent to do other deeds. That probably goes on to Giselle, who has been kind of a bumbling, but I guess done a couple of kind of noble things, little gestures really. He's not doing anything. They're just basically ferrying him around, keeping him alive. He is a bumbling king, but I mean, it's sort of like all you have to do is kind of make the right gestures every once in a while, and sort of what he's doing. But and the Gurkish are coming in. They're waiting desperately for West. West gets delayed. Finally, they do make it, but the Gurkish have surrounded the palace, are breaking their way through. Indeed, using exploding powder to breach what is supposed to be an impregnable thing. They breach through. They they get through, and yes, some Death Eaters are coming for him. They actually managed to hack one Death Eater's head off. Giselle actually getting the head off, but you know, 12 of his most capable guard dying, and then the twins that were coming after Pharaoh, came after him, and indeed, in the end of this chapter, it's like, here they are in this hall of mirrors. Giselle, the bumbling, as he calls himself, clown king, rushing away, and there's one at that end of the hall of mirrors, and one comes in on the other end of the hall of mirrors. He is really fucked because they're next level inhuman. Nothing non-magical is going to not kill these people. So unless he's got a magic sword or Baylor suddenly shows up, he's doomed. Doomed, I say. Logan Nine Fingers, yes, he manages to cajole, force, bribe a troop to go down with him to the south, but their heads aren't in, their hearts are not in this. It's like, why do we give a fuck about this? It's like, well, I promised. It's like, we made other promises, but it's like, and one guy says like, well, if I was voting, it's like, oh, that would be your vote, eh? And he just smacks the fuck out of him. It's like, and he kind of does his Bloody Nine kind of look, even though he's not Bloody Nine at that point. His psychotic alter ego, and say, anyone else want to fucking vote? And it's like, nope. So they indeed do take battle. He has one scary moment where, he gets speared, and the Bloody Nine almost comes out, with Dogman standing there, right there. And you think, oh fuck, he's going to kill him. We cut away, and then when we come back, there's an explosion, and it kind of jolts him back to Logan again, which is like, thank goodness. There's battles. Unfortunately, they get separated, and Dogman looks down, and there's Shivers coming up behind Logan with his axe, with definitely ill deeds on the thing. He's never ever forgiven him. Logan maybe have saved his life, but it's like, he killed his brother, butchered his brother in cold blood as the Bloody Nine. It's like he's going to try his hand at trying to get Logan. And, part of you kind of goes, maybe Logan deserves it. Just like Baylor has done horrible things in his past, has done horrible things just to survive, is doing more horrible things. It's like we're definitely getting this kind of, it's like, yay, the heroes are winning, but it's more like the protagonists are winning. And Baylor is just a deeply nasty piece of work. Logan, you still kind of gotta like Logan, but I mean, his Bloody Nine would kill Dogman in a second. He just kills everybody. It's like there's only the living and the dead, and him. He doesn't. If you're not dead, he'll make you dead. He does not care. There's no friends. He has nobody. He just kills everything, which is just. He's like a serial killer that happens to reside inside of Logan Nine Fingers, the Bloody Nine. It's just like, in any other world, this guy would be in a maximum security jail, because that's kind of murderer he is. He is a serial killer. Really, he's just a serial killer. But because this is such a bloody and violent world, and he lives in such a bloody and violent society, he's he semi fits in. It's like crazy. Artie is getting a wonderful date with Glockdar. Glockdar, who's like, okay, we're gonna carry this out. I have to trim my grass, so he it's like it's one of my assistants. He thinks it's the slighter of the two, and it's like, yes, he was telling stuff to the bank. Unfortunately, Frost, the bigger one, was telling stuff to the Archlector. One he tortures and kills. The other, well, actually, the Frost kills him and then comes to kill him, but kill Glockter. But he gets killed by He gets whacked by Artie, and then Glockner actually has a dueling rapier inside of his cane, is able to, with agonizing kind of effort, is able to slash and kill him. He's got the most untrustworthy mercenary alive to get him. So it's like, okay, we find it goes to the Archlector's thing to get the confession. The kind of his groveling his rival all this time, subaltern rivals there. They torture him. He gives up. That's like, yes, they were going after the king. Gets him to sign it. They go to the magistrate, and the magistrate has been exploded by dark, nefarious arts, which apparently is what the Archlector was going to use to take out the king and all his rivals. So now they go to the university to try and, dig up the Archlector there and, possibly stop stuff. He runs into a female torturer that he's known for a while, and is able to use his quick wits to say, well, shame about your daughters, because he knows she's got daughters, doesn't actually have them, but makes correct guesses of what she would have done, where she would have hid them, threatens, and she says, like, so all you have to do is just let us go through, you didn't see nothing. And so they go through. Artie has watched him torture and brutalize a whole bunch of people, is kind of in horrible, complete shock about the whole thing, getting a real education in what Glockner is actually like. It's like, oh honey, you go off to your job, but this apparently is take your girlfriend to well, not girlfriend, but maybe a girl who's a friend to work thing, and it's like, holy shit, this is not the kind of thing you want to go for. So I think that covers all my storylines. Yeah, they Joe Abercrombie is doing a wonderful thing where it'll kind of go like, doing kind of repetition of phrases from one character to another. It's like, let's go, and then the next character will say let's go, and in a different context, and we'll go from scene to scene because we are in the midst of a full-on onslaught by the Gurkish. There's a whole bunch of action going on, and we're just zooming through all these sections. Yes, so very exciting, very good stuff, very dark, brutal stuff. And now we're going to get reckonings apparently in chapter 48. Yes. All right, more videos later.